It's section championship week in high school soccer, and tonight on CCX, the Section 5AA Girls Championship match between the Centennial Cougars and the Maple Grove Crimson. From Maple Grove High School, John Jacobson and Sig Ligry. Sig, 30 in a row. Centennial Maple Grove with a spot in the state tournament on the line. Centennial has won the last two matchups in this series as far as section championships, and they went on to win the state championship in 2016.
So you have actually a rematch from this last season plus a previous years. These two programs are so even, and they are so good. It's really fun to watch. We saw them back on September 12th when the Crimson pulled it out 3-2. It's actually two different games. First half belonged to the Crimson. They were just all over the place. Second half, the Cougars came back, tied it up, and lost in the last few seconds on a ricocheted own goal. So they're looking for revenge. They want to get back to the place where they were, and the Crimson are aware of that.
Cougars and the Crimson last year played into an overtime match, and Centennial won that, as I mentioned, went on to win the 2A championship. Tonight on Maple Grove's home turf, and I don't know how much that matters, but I guess you'd rather play home than away.
Well, of course you would. You're familiar with the field, you know what the turf feels like, you know how it plays. So that's where you feel the most comfortable. This is a wide field, so they can make use of the square yardage that's on the field.
Let's look at our key players, starting with the Cougars. Megan Schock is a senior. She's one of the players who has a lot of varsity experience, has been through this before, and has really been an outstanding player, both defensively, and she can put the ball in the net, too.
Yeah, that's a very critical nomenclature. She's a senior defender, 7 goals as a defender, 1 assist. So that means she's all over the field. She has a lot of speed, good balance, and good scoring opportunities.
For Maple Grove, we know about Meredith Hawkinson, their all-state player. Manic McMahon is a terrific player. She is their second leading scorer and really having a nice season.
Yeah, 13 goals, 8 assists as a forward. Solid up front, as you can tell by the scores. Moves the ball well, can shoot. I saw her in the last game. She is very dangerous.
Tonight, what's the key for each of these teams? Weather's not going to be a factor tonight.
No, weather's not a factor. It's about 72 degrees, absolutely no wind, sunshine. It's going to be how well your team plays. If you play your game and not worry about the other team, you'll be all right. We talked to both coaches before the match, and they both said the same thing. We're going to play our game, and that's what we're going to be counting on.
Winner to the state tournament next week. Centennial Maple Grove Section 5AA Girls Soccer Championship comes your way next here on CCX.
What makes your community feel like home? Is it knowing what's happening in your neighborhood, or when people know your name? Connections make us a community. For more than 30 years, Northwest Community Television has connected citizens, neighbors, even sports fans through video. As life gets busier than ever, we will still offer you a connected community experience through CCX Media, so you can stay connected to the place you call home.
Top 2 seeds in Section 5AA. Centennial and Maple Grove ready to go at it here for a third consecutive season for the section championship. Maple Grove boys are in Section 8AA. They will host St. Cloud Tech in the second game of a doubleheader here tonight at Maple Grove. As you look at the Crimson, I think a confident group. Sig, in the back of their minds, I know they haven't gotten to state in the past, and that's something they've openly talked about. As you look at Ben Levon, 16th year as head coach, they've talked about that all year, wanting to get to state, wanting to be the first Crimson team. So while there's pressure, it's certainly something they've kind of talked about, and I think they feel like this is the team that can make it through onto the state tournament.
Yeah, they're very confident that they can do that. It's been a long, they haven't been there now, it's been a long time. Certainly is a big goal for the team. The team is relaxed, they're comfortable, they're confident. You look at Ginger Flohog, head coach of the Cougars.
They've got half a dozen state tournament appearances under them over the last several years, including last year's AA championship. So they know the girls that have played for them last year, 7 returning players from their state title team, know what it's like to get through this match and on to quarterfinals and than U.S. Bank Stadium. Maple Grove looking for their first ever section championship in girls soccer. Boys have made it, but the girls have not. 16-2 on the season. Centennial 13-2 coming into tonight. Lauren Sikora is the Centennial keeper. She is a senior, 11 shutouts on the season and just 10 goals against on the year. And Sarah Cortez, just a sophomore for Maple Grove, looking to backstop this team to a win tonight as we are underway. Maple Grove in white, Centennial in their red and black. Cortez on the season, just 8 goals allowed for her with 13 shutouts. Her goals against 0.44 for the Crimson. We get an early throw in here for Maple Grove.
So we have two teams that are pretty well positioned on defense with some great goals against averages.
Ball played to the middle of the field. Centennial's pass failed to connect. Maple Grove trying to clear, but Centennial keeping it down at that end. Haley Fila played it ahead, had her toward the middle of the field, going to toward Maddie Rada. Now it's to the sideline, and Maple Grove controls. As you look at the starters there at the bottom of your screen for the Cougars for tonight's match. Good double team on the ball there for the Crimson. They get the takeaway. Well, Jake Coolidge out of play. And it's off of Maple Grove. We'll get a Centennial throw in deep. Short pass. Then played back as moving in is Lexi Miller. And off Centennial. So nice play by Miller to force that turnover. We get a goal kick for the Crimson as you look at their starters for tonight. Coolidge will take this free kick, boots it out toward midfield. Header across midfield, up in the air. And the Cougars send it back across. Maple Grove trying to push it up that left side, but Claire Orth picked it off for Centennial. Her pass out of play. We get a throw in for the Crimson. Lexi Miller looking things over. Now we'll get it in play. Header back to the middle of the field. Crimson trying to control. Meredith Hawkinson playing it ahead. Right side. There's Omar deep. Stops. Nice little move. Omar coming back. It's a shot on net. And not too tough of a save there from Lauren Sikora. But an early chance at least for Maple Grove. A good through ball played by Hawkinson. And Omar with the shot and the save by Sikora. Out of play. We're going to throw in near midfield for Maple Grove. Brenna Saladin, junior defender, to put it in play. Saladin will drop it back.
Switching over to the near side and starting again.
Hawkinson took the pass from Gates. It's off of Omar and out of play. Throw in Centennial. Elena Marciano throwing it in. Hawkinson with the header. Takes the pass. And it's off of Omar and out. Another throw in for the Cougars. Near the sideline, out again off of Maple Grove. Another Centennial throw in. Marciano's throw in gets blocked nicely by Zaya Allen. Sent back deep by the Crimson, and in a couple of bounces, Sikora gathers it back in. Good strong kick to midfield, and then the header by Hannah Bombeck down the right side. That one really traveled a long way. Sal then gets back for it. Dropping the pass back to Maddie Rada. Up the left side it goes, out of play. We'll get a throw in for Centennial. Claire Orth to throw it in for the Cougars. Cougars control. Munson Played wide of the net where Cortez scoops it up.
And so far, battle of the 20-yard lines. Neither team getting anything past that. The defense is collapsing, or the other team just kind of shooting it through.
Here's Hawkinson now for Maple Grove. Lays it deep on the left. The cross comes to the middle, headed back toward the left side and cleared away by Centennial. Onto the foot of Mallory Munson. Dropped back, played ahead by Orth, but it was intercepted by Hawkinson. Maple Grove will reset.
Deep and has it. A couple of forwards, but no one else to shoot it to. Shoots it in on goal or towards goal. Be a goal kick for the Cougars.
Just a little wide of the net there. And another play on the ball by Sikora. Out to midfield, cleared right back in, and one bounce, and Sikora grabs it again. All knocked down. Cougars have it. Trying to get a run going. Pass up the left side. Catching up to it there is Alexis Larson. Larson crossing it right to the hands of Sarah Cortez.
You see it again. Nice left foot shot. Cortez is standing there waiting for it. And nonchalantly picks that one up. Here comes a goal kick.
Header, ball knocked down. Comes now to Gates of Maple Grove. Plays it out to the middle of the field. Shelby Handberg with control. Goes left side. That's Lexi Miller there. Miller trying to return the pass to Handberg. To Miller looking to catch up with that. And didn't. We're going to have a goal kick here for Centennial.
Goal kick that is pushed right back in. We have an offside called.
Foul on the Cougars, yeah. So this will be a free kick in a pretty good position here for Maple Grove. They put her right back into play, although we're going to reset on that.
That rushed it just a little bit too much for the center referee. That's John Morstad. Assistant referee 1 is Andrew Ball. AR2 was John Hall. Hawkinson again setting up. The sun is right in their eyes. Shouldn't affect the keeper much, but it's going to affect the players from this side of the field. Soccer players never line up 10 yards.
They always have to be moved back, don't they?
They don't know what 10 yards is.
Hawkinson with a shot on that and the save by Sikora. Lawrence Sikora fairly busy here in the first 8+ minutes of play. It was the best scoring chance so far for Maple Grove. Whistle another foul on Centennial. Another free kick. They quickly get it back into play. Omar across. A little too far for Miller. Didn't mean to push it quite that wide. And Centennial picks it off.
Ooh, lost possession by pushing it over the touchline. You don't want to do that.
Throw in comes to Hawkinson. Drops it back for Coledge, who plays it off on her right to Omar. And chip it ahead to Handberg and does. Hawkinson with it. In front, comes back. Shot away and a good save. Sikora that one time stopping Mannon McMahon.
And each time the Crimson getting closer and closer to a hard shot on goal. They got 3 quality shots here early in the first half.
Lovick playing it ahead, but nobody there for the Cougars, and Out comes Cortez to take it for the Crimson. Boot ahead to midfield. Whistle, and this time on Maple Grove, their first.
So we'll go the other way. Good luck there at number 19, Manning McMahon. That's what we were talking about in the pregame.
There's Megan Schock. Boot gets over the head of Saladin, the defender back there for Maple Grove. Out of play. Maple Grove gets a throw in. Quick throw in comes to Saladin from Coolidge. Putting it up the left side, but out of play. Throw in for the Cougars.
Cougars throw in.
Ball comes to the side of the net. Centennial can get back out high. Picked off by Maple Grove, and they'll clear it out toward midfield. Out of play, last touched by the Cougars. Crimson throw in. Miller on the throw in, header by McMahon. McMahon gets by the defender, trying to chip it forward to Hamburg, a little bit behind her, catches up to it, trying to play it back through to McMahon.
Boy,
that's broken up.
That was close to a runaway.
Now Omar, after the Centennial player slipped, and she fell down. Crimson trying to gain control back, but it's Centennial that has it. Played ahead by Munson. Miller went down. Munson has it. Boots it across midfield.
And they'll just tap this one back. Nope, they will not.
Saladin will put it out. We got a throw in for Centennial.
Wow, that was a surprise move. I thought they were going to slow that down and bring it back up. But instead it's a throw in for Centennial.
Ball is loose here. Cleared out to midfield. Ball trapped there at midfield. Centennial gets it on the turnover. Hollis playing it ahead and then cleared away by the Crimson. Well defended, they move back upfield. Lead pass, trying to get it to Omar on the right side, broken up. Haley Fila.
That was a nice set of passes.
Throw in for Maple Grove. Omar will take it.
There'll be a short throw in with the turn pass. But they were being marked by the Cougars.
Hawkinson with Bombeck right on her. Out of play off Centennial again. Omar to Hawkinson, this time back to Omar. Puts it out in front. Header up in the air. And Centennial able to clear as Fila gets it up the left side. Here come the Cougars.
It's a 2-on-4.
On the run, ball stopped. And coming back, and it'll be a handball. Larson slipped. Unless we had a foul before that, so I think this is actually going to go Centennial's way here.
Yes, it is.
That was the reason that she went down. There was contact there, so we get a Centennial free kick. Bombeck will take it.
24 yards out. You see all the players are bunched up by the outside edge of the penalty box.
Puts it out in front. Ball cleared away by Maple Grove. Out high, though, it comes to Fila. Trying to thread a pass through to Schock. Marked by Saladin. Schock trying to work it along the goal line. Hawkinson, who's going to be off. Looks like it's
Corner.
Off of Hawkinson, so we'll get our first corner kick of the match. Lubbock, the sophomore forward, will take the corner for the Cougars. Lubbock with 7 goals on the season. Are they going to change their mind and go back to a goal kick?
It looks that
Looks
way.
that way, yeah.
So we're going to erase the corner. That'll drive Willie crazy.
Yeah. Here's Coolidge. And a good kick out toward midfield. Centennial, though, turning it back upfield, out of play. Throwing Crimson. We take him in Miller.
When you look out across the field and the surrounding area, it's such a gorgeous day.
What a great day for October 17th. You never know exactly what you're going to get this time of year. We witnessed last Saturday. Maple Grove boys had to play Saturday night in a driving rain for part of that match. Won over Brainerd in their section semifinal. And this week it looks like it's going to be beautiful the rest of the week.
That's the forecast, so it should be nice for the section championships.
Harriet Burgess coming in. She'll replace Levick here for Centennial. A lot of Section 2A championships going on tonight. Some on Thursday, and several Class A section championships going on Thursday of this week around the state. Another throw in for the Crimson on that far side. We played 16 minutes, scoreless first half. Maple Grove's had the better of scoring chances, but you wouldn't go so far as to say they've dominated play, but they've had a few more chances offensively.
Yeah, they've been winning the 50-50s, and they've been able to push the ball down. They just got 3 decent shots, but didn't get much on any of them, really.
There's Larson for Centennial. Missed on her pass, broken up by the Crimson. Sent across midfield, but right to Amanda Ollis. She'll send it down the right side. Good pass across the field as Centennial controls. Chipped along that sideline, kept in play by Centennial. Keeping it alive. Now Maple Grove got a foot on it, turned it back the other way. Ollis send it back across midfield. And the Crimson get it back. Omar coming back into play. Up ahead to midfield and played ahead by Orth of Centennial. Out of play, throw in Maple Grove. Southland getting it in. Now we're going to have substitutions first. Looks like for Maple Grove, or a substitution anyway. Lauren Bredensteiner, sophomore midfielder. Did. Omar's going to take the throw in here for Maple Grove.
She's had a pretty good half already.
Cougars player goes down. This is going to bring a foul on Maple Grove on Hanberg.
Yeah, I think Hanberg knew she was going to get that one and just stopped and said, okay, I am the one.
Shock a little slow to get up as you look at the
arm in front. Shoulder to shoulder is okay. Arm in front, that's not okay. Ooh, she's limping pretty. Boy, they don't want her to get hurt.
Back into play now. Centennial across midfield. Crossing pass broken up by Alum. McMahon. Now the ball drilled across midfield by the Crimson. Here's Bredensteiner with it.
Ooh, a nice little
middle of the field.
Little right foot left shot. That was pretty cool.
Over to Omar. Put it toward the net. Header by the defender. And it's go out of play, and Maple Grove will get its first corner kick of the match.
So this will be the first corner kick officially.
That's right. The first one didn't go for Centennial.
No, they scratched that one out for some reason.
Alum Yep, on the corner here for Maple Grove.
See how they time this one. A little bit deep, but playable.
And knocked away nicely by the Cougars. Hawkinson getting after it for Maple Grove, trying to turn back toward the net. Goes down.
And that
No
was,
whistle. Look at it again.
I think they just tripped. Yeah, they just tripped each other there. You can go either way on that one.
There'll be a goal kick here for Centennial. And they're in the midway point of the first half. So Cora out across midfield. Bounces to Larson. Cleared away by Maple Grove across midfield. Hawkinson, nice little move to get past her defender.
4-on-4. It's an advantage for the Crimson.
Ball comes out in front off the hands of Sikora, but able to gather it back in.
That's a little scary. Look at the nice centering pass. Sikora, very cool and calm.
Maple Grove clearing out to midfield. Omar had the scoring chance a moment ago. Now it's Hanberg with it. Shelby Hanberg, and it's broken up well by Ollis of Centennial. Another shot toward the front of the net. Ball is loose. Bredensteiner punches it up in the air, and on top of the net it goes. Not a play. Those are the balls that scare you as a keeper. When you can see it's coming down, you hope it's deep enough that it's going to go over the net, not just over your head.
And
into the net.
Yeah, and to top it off, the sun's right in her eye. So that was a great play by the keeper. And here goes Sikora again with a goal kick. Low shot, redirected up to the middle. It's a battle for the midfield, and they're still fighting it out. It's going to be throw-in for the Cougars.
North throwing it in. Centennial boot it deep over the defender. Cougars trying to get some kind of scoring chance going here. And a good breakup on the play by Maddie Rada. Centennial had some numbers there down deep, and Rada stepped in and turns it back the other way. Now here come the Crimson. Mia Omar, deep left side. Coming out, and the net is empty, and the ball is in. It's a goal for the Crimson. I don't know who got the last touch on it, if it was Hanberg or McMahon. Either way, it's in the net, and it's a 1-0 Maple Grove lead.
I think it's Hanberg.
Look at it again. There's McMahon's number 19. Yep, and then Hanberg did just get a touch on it and knocked it in. For Hanberg, her 8th goal of the season. And Maple Grove strikes first.
There's Shelby Hanberg, the senior forward. Well, what a play that was. Being in the right place at the right time. That nice pass coming off of McMahon. We told, as we were talking about before the game, Anna McMahon not only scoring, but good with the assists.
McMahon with her 9th assist on the season, ties her with Hawkinson for the team high. Hanberg 3rd on the team in goals, behind Hawkinson and McMahon. And McMahon going down here trying to get another scoring chance. Couldn't. Centennial sends it back upfield. Ben Levon set that there's nothing called there. Play on. We'll get a throw in for the Crimson.
The Crimson was looking for a foul that time, but didn't happen.
Abby Schulte, sophomore midfielder in. Now, if Bredensteiner gets the throw into Hawkinson. And off of Hawkinson and out. Throw in for Centennial by Marciano. Out of play, they'll do it again. And Centennial this time unable to control the pass, and a quick throw in for Maple Grove. Bredensteiner gets past her, out of play. Off Maple Grove again with a throw in for Marciano and the Cougars. So headed back, cleared ahead. The Collage across midfield. Ball on the left side and pushed ahead. Marciano deep will come on a few bounces. And right to Cortez. Collage is going to shielding the offensive player there for Centennial. Well, she wouldn't get a chance at that ball. Now it's to midfield. High up in the air. Big bounce off the chirp. Comes to wide to Bredensteiner. Crossing it back to the middle of the field, and a good clear away by Munson of Centennial.
Yeah, Bredenberger tried to get it over to the center field, but a little bit too far forward.
Marciano trying to keep Bredensteiner away for the ball. Now feeds the pass up to Larson. Headed back by Maple Grove by Hawkinson. Out of play off Maple Grove. Centennial throw in. Hawkinson gets a foot on that off the throw in. Ball in the air. Cleared by Centennial toward midfield. Takes a hop. Over Collage. Had to go back for it. Now Centennial has it. They've got some numbers. Lead pass ahead. Larson down there, and Burgess also giving chase. Neither can catch up to it. It's a goal kick for Maple Grove. 14 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the first half. Maple Grove leading Centennial 1-0 on a goal by Shelby Handberg 3 minutes ago.
Centennial had a little bit of trouble getting downfield to get a shot set up. That's because, well, two factors. Number one, the Crimson defense has been pretty solid. They're not moving around a whole lot, and they're marking up pretty tight. And the Crimson are doing a great job of ball possession down into the Centennial zone. There's an opportunity.
Denied by Maple Grove. Centennial try to resend with Ollis up to midfield. Hawkinson had a push in the back there. That was caught and whistled. And the free kick coming up here for Centennial. Look at it again.
Yeah, a little.
Might have extended the arms just a touch there.
Just a touch outside.
On the free kick, it's Ollis. Senior defender will send it deep here for the Cougars. Burgess gets a foot on it. Nicely played. Saladin there for Maple Grove. Gets it to Omar. Back to Saladin. And quickly toward midfield. Chipped back ahead by Orth. Out of play, throw in. There's it off. Last touch by Maple Grove. So another throw in for the Crimson. Now we'll get a substitute. Madison Munson back in for Centennial.
At the concession area, if you are a high school student, you receive free hot dogs if you show your student ID.
Throw in. Lodge taking it for Maple Grove. Battle with Burgess for control of the ball, and off of Burgess, Maple Grove gets the throw in.
Maple Grove wasting absolutely no time on these throw-ins.
Cleared by Allen up the left side. Stays in play. Munson got a little, McMahon got a little push. Play goes on. Ball deflected by Centennial. Allen will drop it back.
Smart play by Maple Grove. They were outnumbered on defense, so they brought the ball back, but now Cougars with control.
Out they come with Mallory Monson. Out of play at midfield. Saladin to inbound.
Crimson throw. Just a reminder, following the girls' game today, we have the sectional final game for the boys at 7:30 tonight. Doubleheader tonight, 2 section finals. Great job by both teams.
Saladin throwing it in. Deep kick. Crimson trying to catch up with it. And cleared out by Centennial. We're going to throw in pretty deep for Maple Grove. Substitution for the Crimson.
Number 5,
Luca Ralph, sophomore midfielder, in for the first time to replace Allen. Header. Well blocked. Cleared away. Here's early chance and a shot on net.
Whoa.
Saved by Marciano off the shot for Ralph, who just came into the match. In a little trouble with it, but
Yeah, I think
Sikora able to gather it in and clear it away.
that kept their composure. That ball rolled her up her leg, and
Here comes Centennial now. Burgess with the touch pass in front. Cortez out and scrambles on top of the ball for the save. A scoring chance for Centennial. Alexis Larson was the forward. Watch Burgess. Nice little pass to Larson. Turns, and Cortez widely didn't stay back for it because she would have been vulnerable there because Larson would have had a lot of net to shoot at. But Cortez makes the good play.
good heads-up play. That's one of those situations where if you save it, it's a big save. If not, that's an easy goal for the opposition. There's Mia Umar with the throw-in after the substitution, and Maple Grove trying to make another drive.
Header by Bredensteiner. Ooh, collision there, and that's going to go against Maple Grove. Schulte will get whistled for the foul. Didn't see, I don't know if she necessarily saw the Centennial player coming in, but definitely the right call on the whistle there. Centennial now out across midfield again. It's blocked deep by Kolak, sending it up the left side to midfield. Cougars have it again. Under 10 minutes to play now here in the first half. Orth with a short pass. Head to Mallory Munson. Take away by Hawkinson. Trying to clear it up. That's broken up by the Cougars.
Boy, how would you like that assignment to mark up on Hawkinson?
Yeah, no thank you. Now it's Centennial with it. Shock. Got around. Hawkinson here. Good play on the pass here for Wilson. Able to move it ahead. They keep pushing it down that right side. Mallory Munson trying to catch up with that.
Goal kick for the Crimson.
And we get a goal kick for Maple Grove, and it'll be Kolaj will take it again.
Taking her time, giving her teammates a little bit of a breather. It's been a pretty active first half.
Goal kick out toward midfield. Centennial looking to maneuver and push it back downfield. Mallory Monson ahead. Aria Burgess. Play 1v1 there versus Kolaj. Burgess got control of it. Drops the pass back to Wilson. And then Centennial can't control. It's out of play. A throw in for Maple Grove.
Omar again with the throw in.
Got it into Saladin. Back to Omar. She'll chip it to midfield. Get her back by Shock of Centennial, but out of play. Crimson to get a throw in. High in the air. Header by Hanberg. And now Centennial has it back. Cleared to midfield. A little too far. Gates, though, and her pass had it blocked out of bounds by the Cougars. Centennial on the defensive again off the throw in. Another throw in coming for Maple Grove here. Now we get a substitution for the Cougars. Well, I thought they were going to allow Levick. Yes, Levick will come into the match.
Check in for the Crimson, number 7, Zaya Alam.
Zaya Alam back in for Maple Grove. And look at the throw in for the Crimson. Hawkinson able to get past two Centennial players.
And still is involved in it and draws a corner.
Alice and Marciano were both right on her, and Hawkinson unable to get a scoring chance, but helped set up a corner kick with her outstanding play. So now on the corner, it'll be Allen to take it, the senior midfielder. Now, good corner kick out in front off the hands of Socorro. Knocked it away out of trouble. Allen putting it to the middle of the field. Ball is loose there. Trap, shot, oh, what a save. Rebound, they score. McMahon. Initial shot by Hawkinson, and then McMahon buries the rebound, and it's 2-0. Look at it again, Sig.
Here it is, best shot. Good save there, and then McMahon comes in and hits that rebound easily up into the corner. 2-0 Crimson. Here you see it again. What a great shot that was, and then the rebound. You see the defender not able to get in there and block it.
A nice initial save there by Socorro, but couldn't control the ball, and it came free. And before Alice had a chance to clear it, McMahon came from behind her and put the shot in. So McMahon with her 14th goal of the season. Hawkinson with the assist, her 10th assist of the year. And it's now 2-0 Maple Grove with under 5.5 minutes to play in the first half. This is the 6th time a Maple Grove team has played in a section championship in the last 11 seasons. This is the first time they have scored more than one goal in a match. They're 0-5 in section finals. Last 2 years to Centennial. They've lost 3 times through the years to Mounds View, 2007, 2008, 2013. 2 of those were 1-0 wins for the Mustangs.
Lots of L's on that sheet.
Yeah.
So this could be the redemption year for the Maple Grove Crimson.
A lot of soccer to go yet. 44 minutes left in the first half, and Maple Grove definitely the better of the scoring chances and able to convert here a couple past the midway point of the first half and now late into the first half. Maple Grove has it again. Omar played off on her left, but nobody there at all in a white jersey, and right to Centennial. Crimson though able to recover on that, send it back across midfield. Now Centennial has it again. Allen to the left side. A touch pass to the middle. Man to Hawkinson. Bredensteiner now to Hamburg. Omar will chase after it for the Crimson. Will drop it back. They'll reset. Very patient here. Saladin taking the pass. Omar. Lodge, and a good takeaway by Centennial. Cougars now playing it ahead. There's a chance for them, and they're going to be whistled offside.
Too bad. That was probably the best offensive surge they've had in the first half, and it was offside. But just a little bit of a miscommunication on the pass. Nevertheless, it's going to be Crimson ball with 3:15 to go in the first half.
Lodge, strong free kick away, out of play. Headed out of play by the Cougars. The ball was sent deep, and Maple Grove get in good position here, about 40 yards out. Omar on the throw in. She'll get another throw in. Here's McMahon, stops, chips it to the middle to Hamburg, trying to free herself. That was cleared nicely by Aulis for Centennial. Here's Hawkinson with it. Meredith Hawkinson trying to weave her way through traffic. To Bredensteiner, back to Hawkinson, and she's in deep and a little too deep. And couldn't get it off the defender, so it goes as a goal kick for Centennial.
That was an excellent movement of the ball. Hawkinson just, as you say, weaving in and out of the defense, getting the ball over to Brentsteiner, and then almost got a shot off, but it was a little bit too deep.
Whistle on the foul here on Hawkinson as she went after the ball along with Megan Wilson of Centennial. Cougars here on the free kick. Lawless sent it down deep, had her back by Maple Grove. Right side pass is Burgess. Crossing the ball to middle. Nobody picked it up for Maple Grove. Centennial's got it. That thread of pass through. Here's a shot away, and on a bounce, it comes to Sarah Cortez. Cortez, goal kick out toward midfield. So roll out of play. Centennial throw in. Trying to get something together here in the final minute.
Well, they got 1 minute to get a offensive surge going here for the Centennial Cougars. They need something to get their confidence back.
Ball up in the air. It comes to midfield. Bombeck. This is Burgess, but then Saladin got a hold of it. Kicks it out of bounds. Cougars with 35 seconds to go will throw it in near midfield. And then right back out by Saladin. Maple Grove will be happy to play that game for another 25 seconds or so.
Yeah, they would be delighted to play that game. It just eats up the clock.
Now Maple Grove trying to get possession. Pass comes down to the left.
10,
Last chance for Centennial, and then a good clear away by Gates.
5, 4,
And they're just going to hold the ball right there.
1.
And a very strong first half for the #1 seed in Section 5AA. Maple Grove Crimson lead the Centennial Cougars 2-0. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get some first half highlights and more. Watching Section Girls Championship from Maple Grove High School on CCX.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school or even let alone go to college, so I'm trying to break that barrier. Every day after work, went straight to school, studied hard, and it paid off. I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me. The high school diploma is just added to the confidence, and now I feel unstoppable.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Halftime, Section 5AA girls soccer. It's Maple Grove 2 and Centennial 0. Third consecutive season these teams have met in the section final. Let's look at highlights from the first half of this one. Meredith Hawkinson here on a direct free kick, and the save made by Lauren Sikora, who ended up being a little more busy in the first half than I think she wanted to be. Another stop here by the senior goalie. Lauren Bredensteiner gets one high here, but a little too high, and on top of the net and out of play. Mia Omar, nice through ball here to Manny McMahon, past the goalie and tapped in to the net by Shelby Hanberg. That got Maple Grove on the board. 17:31 to go in the first half. Hanberg from McMahon. One of the better, probably the best scoring chance right there for Centennial, and Alexis Larson trying to get free, and Cortez came out, Sarah Cortez, and made the save on it. Scramble here to Meredith Hawkinson. The shot, the rebound in by McMahon after the initial save by Sikora. That goal came with 9:42 to go in the half, and that has made our score 2-0. Here's a look at our shots and shots on goal. And so far, the Crimson with the advantage in both of those categories, Sig.
Absolutely shows how the dominance has been for the Maple Grove. 7 shots, 5 on goal, 6 fouls, and 2 corner kicks. Cougars only managed 2 shots. One of those was in the save that you saw. 2 shots on goal, 2 fouls, and no corner kicks yet in the first half.
Here's a look at the bracket in Section 5AA. Maple Grove with the win over Park Center in the quarterfinals, and then another identical 6-0 win over Coon Rapids in the semifinals. Centennial shut out Osseo, and they had a shutout win over Champlain Park in the semifinals to get to tonight. So not a lot of drama for either of these teams so far in this tournament until we get to tonight's championship game. We'll take a break, come back, and more soccer on your way. You're watching Section Girls Soccer Championship here on CCX.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. That no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
John Jacobson, Sigel Igory. We are back at Maple Grove High School. Crimson leading Centennial 2-0. Coming back to the sounds of Quiet Riot. Maple Grove doesn't want to take it anymore, Sig. They are tired of losing in these section finals and hope that the next 40 minutes is as good as the first 40 minutes. For Centennial, you know, not often in this position, but at the same time, I think enough leadership on this team where they're probably not panicked either. And they were down 2-0 the first time these teams played in the regular season.
Right, we covered that match, and it was identical with the Crimson dominating the first half, getting up 2-0, and then Centennial clawed their way back into the game after the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, got a score, and then a few minutes later got the equalizer, and then gave up the goal near the end of the, I think it was on the last 10 seconds of the match.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
So in this match, Crimson had to do what they were doing in the first half. Good ball possession. Don't let the Cougars back in. For the Centennial, they got to get into the game. They got to get an offense going. Get their playmaker, Olivia Lovick, into the match, into the play. She's the one who makes the plays happen. But so far, the Crimson have been just ruthless about giving them a chance on the ball.
Centennial trying to connect with some of these passes, but not able to get too much going. Well, keeping it away nicely from Maple Grove. Now Hawkinson takes it for the Crimson. Off on her right. Munson sending it ahead. A little touch pass on it, trying to get it to Hanberg. That's cleared. Up by Centennial toward midfield. Race for the ball. And a good takeaway there by Kolach. Centennial gets it back briefly. Cleared by Gates out of play. Throw in Cougars. Nope, excuse me. Off of Centennial. Throw in for Bredensteiner. Comes to Hanberg. Now reset back to Gates. Got it back from Rada to Gates. Broken up, out of play off Centennial. Goal kick, Maple Grove. So Cortez will take it. Nope, yeah, she'll leave it again for Kolach. We'll come back into play. Play it toward midfield. Crimson have it. Nope, now taken back by the Cougars.
So this is what Centennial did not do in the first half, is to win these 50-50s.
Comes to Lubbock. Lubbock trying to turn past Rada. Does a good job of shielding her away from able to make a good pass away. Cleared by Maple Grove to midfield, but comes back to the Cougars. Shock, short pass ahead, and unable to keep it in play was Orth. And we'll get a Centennial or a Maple Grove throw in from the near side from Brenna Saladin. Playoff McMahon. Cougars throw in. North got it into Olivia Levick. Ball's in the air. Out of play. Another Centennial throw-in. That pass a little too long, and Lodge able to get it. Kept the Centennial offensive player away from the ball, and ends up being a goal kick here for Maple Grove. Out to midfield, whistle, and get a foul on Maple Grove. And a free kick here coming for Centennial. Good strong boot by Alice. Ball up in the air. Scramble. Cortez comes down with it.
Wow, that was impressive. There was just a mass of bodies down there, and somehow Cortez able to come up with that ball.
Hannah Bombeck, who has 5 goals on the season, was the Centennial player down there deep. As it went off of Alum, Bombeck got a foot on it. Cortez, as she's going down, able to secure the loose ball and make the save. Big play for Maple Grove. Ball cleared to midfield, thrown in by Centennial now. Double team on the ball. Lovick locking arms there with Kolodge, who gets whistled for the foul. Free kick sent deep by Centennial. Into the side of the net.
Goal kick.
Goal kick coming for Maple Grove.
Good look at Kolodge. She's been the designated kicker on the goal kicks. And another one, low one, quick.
Out to midfield it comes. McMahon sending it down the right side for Bredensteiner.
Well, she's got a 1-on-4 now, 2-on-4.
Bredensteiner went down. Centennial turns it back. Out they come to midfield. Larson with it. She went down. Hawkinson takes it away from her. Hawkinson back the other way. She gets knocked down. That's going to draw a whistle. And Larson, free kick for the Crimson.
You'll see it again. Little elbow in the back. Got to be careful. If you do that too many times, you can draw a yellow.
Hawkinson landed, I think, on the ball as she was going down. I don't know if that's what she's slow to get up from, but she'll stay in the match.
Yeah, she's a pretty tough player. As she walks back into the playing area, you will see it again.
Watch when she goes down.
I think she landed on her hip.
Well, I guess, yeah, just landed on the hip, so it didn't land on the ball at all. So. Now here comes Maple Grove. Omar, pass to the middle to Hanberg. Knocked off the ball. Alice over there strong defensively. Hawkinson, boy, it's getting physical here in the last few minutes of play.
I was just going to say, it's getting very physical on both sides.
Right.
Everybody's marking up tight, trying to get control of the ball. Centennial desperate to get something going.
There's a little push there. Hawkinson had one right.
She just ran over her.
Ralph is back in for Maple Grove. This ball off Centennial. We're going to get a corner kick here for Maple Grove. First corner for them in the second half, third in the match. Elm will take it. Set it up, far corner there. Sikora, the goalie, has been pretty aggressive on these first couple of corner kicks, getting a hand on it, trying to do the same again. This one actually comes right to her and makes the save.
She read that one all the way in, made an easy save.
Maple Grove quickly back on the attack again. Ball in the air. Comes to Ralph. Drops it back. Bredensteiner does to Ralph. The Gates. Bredensteiner. Deep right side, marked up there by Marciano, trying to get past her. Can't, and it's good work by the Cougars, and Marciano, she gets the throw in. Play 9 minutes here in the second half. No scoring here in the second half. Maple Grove goals in the first half from Shelby Handberg and Manon McMahon.
Crimson throw-in.
Look at Ginger Flohawk, 15th year as head coach for Centennial. State championship last year, but also state tournament appearances in 2009, 2011, 12, 14, and 15. They trail 2-0 here with 30 minutes left in the second half. Madison McMahon put it across midfield, or Munson rather. Madison Munson put it across midfield. With Maple Grove regains control. A reset. Saladin. Allen with the pass will drop it back. Gates runs up and gives it a boot. Bredensteiner trying to return the pass to Ralph. That's broken up by the Cougars. Excuse me, Sig.
I was going to say Centennial obviously marking much tighter than they were in the first half, not giving the Crimson a chance to set up their play.
Mallory Munson trying to push deep past Saladin, and this one goes off of Maple Grove, and Centennial will get a corner kick.
This will be their first corner of the match. Be a left-footed, so this should hook in towards the goal area.
Lovick on the corner, puts it out in front, and it came right to Sarah Cortez. Makes the stop.
And that was a tougher stop than you think, because she was looking right into the sun when she got that.
It's it away across midfield. Now Omar ensured stays on side. As Hawkinson to the middle. Omar trying to get past her player. It's out of bounds. And a goal kick here for Centennial. Hawkinson, excuse me, is into the match now. She had a brief rest there and will come in replacing Ralph. Hawkinson
comes right in, doesn't she?
Yeah, came right in and played that off the goal kick. Allenkamp controls. Centennial gets it back. And Maple Grove will boot it out and want to give Centennial any kind of an opportunity there. They will get in a good position to throw it in. The ball coming to Lovick. She'll get another try here on a throw in. Gained the bomb back off of Maple Grove. Lovick thought that there could have been a foul in the last sequence. Lovick will throw it again. Header toward the sideline, trying to keep it in there is Fila. Now comes to Hawkinson for Maple Grove. Off of Fila. Came to the foot of Handberg. And intercepted by Mallory Munson. Munson ahead for Lovick. Lovick right side. Trying to keep that ball on her foot. Lovick still with it. Hawkinson moves back into the play and takes it away.
Well, there's a battle. Those are two top players on each team against each other, one-on-one.
Kept it in with that pass along the left sideline for McMahon. Ball to the middle of the field, and Centennial controls again as Orth will play it ahead for Madison Munson. Pass too far, and it comes to Koach. Play it back. And cleared up and across midfield. Nearly 14 minutes played here in the second half. We stay 2-0 Maple Grove.
The Centennial's been on the move. They're possessing the ball well, moving the ball well. Seems that they're playing with a little bit more urgency than the Crimson are right now. It's a battle for in the middle.
Ball
Taken
played
away.
to the middle as Hawkinson stepped in the passing lane there, getting right in front of Haley Fila. Hawkinson trying to squeeze it through to Handberg, who's trying to get through the defenders. Went down. Centennial hasn't. They'll play it back up toward midfield, but right to the foot of Kolaj. Off on her left, Omar. Chip it back to the middle of the field. Nobody there for Maple Grove. Mallory Munson being shadowed by Saladin. Allen playing it to upfield and cleared back ahead by the Cougars. Now the way to the left side comes Larson. Onto the foot of Fila. Across midfield. Loose ball and cleared out by Rada. 25 minutes to go in the second half. Ball comes to Handberg. Shelby Handberg trying to play it ahead for McMahon and just off her foot, and it comes all the way through to Sikora.
So Centennial defense doing a great job here early in the second half, almost midway through. Not giving Maple Grove any quality shots. They've only got 2 shots, but they both missed the goal. And then the same story on the other side. Centennial moving the ball well, getting down into the Crimson end, but the defense has been pretty stalwart.
Comes to Orth. Orth will get a run down that side. Saladin coming back to play. Ball loose. Orth gets another foot on it again. Another try. Still charging toward the net. And finally driven out of bounds by Kolaj to give her defense a little chance to relax and reset again. Substitutions on both sides. We'll get a throw in coming here for Centennial. Coaches try to keep some of their key players fresh down the stretch. Here comes the throw in. Well, ahead, and a good strong header by Hawkinson. All in the air and across midfield. Race for the ball. And cleared away by Centennial. Remember, Fournier was the Maple Grove player down there deep, just into the match, making a run at it, and ends up setting up a throw-in for Maple Grove.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Why would you want to send the ball over the touchline and give up possession?
And it's Zahn, a freshman, now in for Maple Grove. Ball came in to Fournier, and we get a whistle and a foul on Centennial. She got pushed from behind. Looks like Omar will take his free kick. Or she'll leave it perhaps back for Kolaj here, yes?
Yeah.
She'll drill it toward the net, and just on top and out of play.
Pretty good foot on that one, getting it near the goal, but unfortunately on top of the net.
Ball cleared by Sikora on the goal kick. And out to midfield. Here's Fila. Trying to play it through the left side. Gates gets a foot on it. Back to the right side now. And all sorts of contact there. It's going to go just as a throw-in for Maple Grove.
I think it's a foul called against Centennial. I saw the flag coming up. I thought, that's not. I believe that is a foul.
Yeah. On Burgess as she brought Kolaj down. She'll send it away. LJ getting it toward midfield, out of play. Another throw in coming for Maple Grove. Maple Grove certainly not as many scoring chances, really none to speak of much really in the second half. I don't know that they've necessarily gone into a shell. I think Centennial is playing much better and breaking up some of those passes and being a little more aggressive themselves.
Exactly, you're exactly right. They're much more aggressive. They're marking up much better and winning those 50-50s.
Race here and unable to catch up to it was Centennial, so we'll get another goal kick coming for Maple Grove. Cortez has been a killer in the net tonight and trying to post another shutout. Would be her 14th of the season.
And none bigger than this game so far.
Cougar throw in. Here comes Maple Grove. They took it right away. Hawkinson.
Wow.
It's past a couple of players. Still with possession of the ball.
That is so impressive. Still has it. And she's 1-on-2 and draws a foul.
Got knocked to the turf by Marciano. Watch the effort here. Gets past Marciano once. And then there, the elbow in the back. And we get the
little extracurricular activity after that action.
Now, here's a chance for Maple Grove. Ball fairly deep here.
As good as a corner kick. A little bit low.
Put it out in front onto the foot of Hawkinson, but didn't really get much of a scoring chance there. Ball still loose. And then Centennial, not a great job to clear it. And it ends up being a corner kick for Maple Grove as Omar will go set it up. Allen will come in. Hawkinson will get a rest here.
It's a good idea. Keep Hawkinson off the field for a little bit to bring her in later on when things get
beat up here a little bit in the second half. Here's the corner. Ball in front. Unable to get a foot on it to get a shot away was Fournier. Good stop on the ball here for Miller. Lexi Miller. She'll drive deep, puts it out in front, off of Centennial defender. Fournier battling for control of the ball and gets it back to Saladin. Driven ahead by Rada. Knocked down and Maple Grove will reset. Omar will take the pass from Allen. Omar stops, steps inside her defender, put it out front, off of Alleman out, and a goal kick for Centennial. But a good little sequence there the last couple minutes here for Maple Grove. Keep the ball down at the Cougars' end of the field.
and ate up about 6 minutes of clock doing it.
Checking in for the Crimson, number 2, Brianna Bordson.
Brianna Bordson into the match for Centennial, number 2. Out of play, we'll get a Cougars throw in. Out of play again, another throw in for Centennial. This will be for Marciano. Midfield still off of Maple Grove, so they'll get another throw in. Keep moving a few yards further downfield each time here. Cross toward the middle, but cleared away by the Crimson. Onto midfield. Header on the ball. Fournier unable to make a play on it. Cougars have it. Cleared up to the middle of the field. This is Bordson on her left.
They got some numbers up there if they can get these passes connected.
Rada got a foot on it, and then a good takeaway by Omar. She's able to take it away from Alexis Larson there. They'll get a throw in, but Larson had a position to drive toward the net, and Omar came from behind her to make a good play on the ball. Another throw in. And this will be for Maple Grove. Hawkinson and McMahon both back in for Maple Grove. So you're able to get two of your key players, your top two scorers, off for a rest for 3-4 minutes or so, and then back in here with 16 minutes to play.
Yep, absolutely. Not only the top scorers, but also the best ball handlers.
Header at midfield. Centennial unable to keep it in play. Throw in for the Crimson. In for Maple Grove comes Bredensteiner. And she'll give Omar a rest. The Maple Grove fans hoping to have something to celebrate here in another 15 minutes or so. And then in maybe about 3 hours, too, if their boys can win. But right now the girls trying to secure a championship. Out comes Marciano, and rightly went to the ball. Couldn't let Miller get a chance on the ball for Maple Grove. Turned away by Centennial here. This is driven off the foot of Fournier. Crimson throw in from Saladin.
Throws out into traffic. Ooh, I don't know if I'd do that.
Ball goes deep. Miller being shielded away from the ball by Schock. Cleared up the right side by Hollis. Out of play off of Centennial. Saladin throwing it in. On that sideline, out of play. Cougars throwing. Into the match now for Centennial. Brittany Bordson, freshman. Her older sister Brianna in a few minutes ago, and now it's Brittany coming in. Out of play, this will be off Centennial. All the while, Sig, that clock continues to move down towards 0. Still a lot of time left, but the Cougars know that time is not on their side. Ultimately, they need to really try to drive on the ball and get some scoring opportunities. Maple Grove's played much better here. I think the last 10-12 minutes of the match had more control of the play.
Yes, they have. They're not giving up anything on their defensive end. The defense just kind of swarms in and takes the ball away.
Hawkinson plays it out wide right to Bredensteiner. Short pass trying to get it to McMahon. That's broken up. Hawkinson with it for Miller. Here's McMahon.
Nice passing again.
McMahon will slide it out in front, and a good clear away from in front of the net.
Yeah, tried to flick it up there in the center. Didn't quite make it.
Whistle going to get a foul here on Maple Grove. Free kick Cougars will be taken by Schock. Across midfield. Driven back by Coleridge. A long kick. And a nice one on toward the foot of Fournier. Fournier battling Schock for it. Schock shielding her away from the ball. And it'll end up being a goal kick for Centennial.
See, that's where Schock's skill comes in. Be able to ride the forward off the ball and create the goal kick.
Gates. They'll play it up for Bredensteiner. Bredensteiner. Cleared away by Centennial, trying to push it upfield, but Maple Grove not letting them get very far before they'll pick off a pass and come back on the attack again. Here's Miller crossing it, and then a return pass. Miller trying to catch up with it before it goes out of play and can't quite get there. Great idea, but just a little too far in front of Lexi Miller.
Checking in for the Crimson, number 11, Mia Omar.
Yeah, Omar in, and she'll replace Miller.
Look at number 11, Omar. She's had a very good game.
Ball comes to Hawkinson off the free kick, off the goal kick rather. Near the sideline, not quite out of place. Centennial able to control it. Marciano right in front of Hawkinson with it. Off of Fournier and out, throw in for Centennial. We're down to 11 minutes to play in the second half.
Foul called against the Crimson.
Ball up in the air, header here. Comes back to Gates. Ball chipped ahead. Out, and cleared away.
Nice.
So could be out of danger.
Even though it's a throw-in deep in their own zone, but that was a good defensive play to poke the ball over the touchline.
Burgess got it on the end. Now it's to the foot of Orth. Crossing the ball to the middle, cleared away by Rada. To McMahon and out of danger across midfield. Fournier trying to keep it in play, does, but Centennial has it. Shock with it. To Burgess. And Omar went to the ball. Forced it back deep into the Cougars' end. A Shock. Up to the middle of the field where it's blocked by Colange of Maple Grove. She'll stop, drop it back for Saladin. Head. Ball loose and cleared by Marciano to the left side. Here's Bredensteiner. She went down. And we'll get a throw in for Centennial.
Still plenty of time for the Cougars. 9 minutes and some change. But they're not solving the Crimson midfield or the defense.
They
Like
do
that.
it here, yeah. And Omar stepped into the play, got a foot on it, and cleared it back ahead for Maple Grove. Now Omar on the ball again, header down the left side, out of play. Throw in Centennial. Just every one of these little things, Sig. There's another 30 seconds off the clock. You know, I mean,
Yep, exactly.
you're playing well defensively. You're not taking chances on defense and not necessarily exposing yourself when you're driving on offense either. You're just milking that clock down little by little.
So they can afford to play two forwards and draw the midfielder back on defense, and they've been doing such a good job of stopping the Cougar attack. But like I said, anything can happen in 8 minutes of soccer.
Lovick coming back in for Centennial. Handberg for Maple Grove.
Just look at number 34, Lovick. Absolutely want her into this action.
Lovick, 7 goals, 5 assists on the season. Pretty balanced scoring attack for Centennial this year. She has 7. Shock with 7 goals. Hannah Bombeck with 6. Larson, Burgess, Monson all with 5. Now here's McMahon. She's got a goal tonight. McMahon, middle of the field, and wide, not a play.
Wow, that was wide. That won't even make it in the book as a shot. Look at number 19. McMahon.
Here's Shakura on the goal kick. Great play by Hawkinson to get to that ball. Hawkinson with it here and scores! What a play by Meredith Hawkinson. And it's 3-0 Maple Grove. Very aggressive on that. Goal kick comes out, goes over the top of the defender, knocks it down, keeps it alive. Watch this again. Nice little pass from McMahon, and Hawkinson buries it.
Wow, what a combination. McMahon to Hawkinson. Here you see it again. Just beautiful passing, perfect timing. And the Crimson build a 3-0 lead. This is going to be a huge uphill battle now for the Cougars to get back into the game.
McMahon with her 3rd point tonight. A goal and 2 assists. Hawkinson with her 2nd point tonight. And Maple Grove really in control now, leading 3-0 with 7 minutes to go in the match. And that might about do it, Sig. McMahon will play it outside right.
Let's see how Crimson played this. They are not going into any kind of a defensive shell. It's just the opposite. They're countering, sending the ball down deep. Omar now has it.
Down to the corner. And
I believe that's going to be
off of Omar. No, it will be off of Shock.
Okay. So
That's what Omar thought, but
I did too, but I wasn't sure. That's why the officials are down there and we're up here.
Right. One of many reasons. He was going to get control of this one. Was going to knock it out of play. Is more like it.
Yeah, who's going to knock it off of the other team? Looks like it's going to be a throw-in for Centennial. We have substitutions.
And checking in for the Crimson is number 5, Luca Ralph.
Feely back in for Centennial. Ralph for Maple Grove on the Centennial throw-in. Driven out by Hawkinson. Hawkinson knocked that one down. We get a throw in here for Omar.
Getting a little bit of a breather. Boy, she's had a wonderful game. Along with Hawkinson and McMahon.
Olivia Treglegas into the match for the first time. Fournier back in here for Maple Grove. The sideline out of play. 5 minutes to go in the second half.
And unless the Centennial Cougars can figure out how to beat this defense, it's going to be a big day for the Crimson.
Hawkinson with the header. Battling there with Schock for the ball. Schock able to clear it ahead. Handberg will drill it out of play.
And that one's halfway to Osseo.
Back it comes to Centennial. Hollis up the left side and cleared back to the middle of the field onto the foot of Haley Fila. Marciano across midfield, headed back by Gates.
Crimson just not letting up, not giving him an opening. It's a whole different half from back in September when the Cougars were able to regroup and come back in the second half, but this time the Crimson not letting him in.
Hollis playing it up to the middle of the field. Take away by Coledge there. Outside it comes. Omar.
Taking her time. And here goes another battle. Will be punched out by the Cougars. Will be a throw-in for, and here we go again. Same thing.
Yeah, for Maple Grove, again, happy to take a few more seconds off each time. Omar will throw it in one more time for Alum.
And finally, we get a goal kick. But they ate up about a minute and a half, close to 2 minutes with that little exchange. 2.5 minutes to go in the match.
Played by Sikora on the goal kick. Ball in the air. They're back ahead and down deep and driven out of bounds by Rada.
Throw in for Centennial.
A play throw in offside on Centennial.
Yeah, they did not need to do that. That's going to eat up an awful lot of time off the clock, under 2 minutes.
Well, Maple Grove eliminated by Centennial in this match the last 2 seasons. About to have a historic moment for their girls soccer program.
The jinx is over.
Cleared away. Throw in for Maple Grove.
Hustle, please.
Substitution.
Checking in for the Crimson, number 21, Abby Jacobs.
Boy, that eats up more clock.
Abby Jacobs, the senior, getting in. Hawkinson. Ball to the middle. Chipped ahead by Centennial. Crimson fans on their feet now. And this will be offside on Maple Grove. Crimson fans are ready to come out of the field.
They're ready to celebrate the end of the drought. The Maple Grove is on verge of a major victory.
Gates will play it ahead. Ball up in the air. Blocked by Hawkinson. Cleared back ahead by Centennial. Cleared to the sideline. Final seconds of the match. And for the first time in program history, the Maple Grove girls soccer team is headed to the state tournament. 3-0 Crimson, the final.
A tremendous showing of the Crimson offense and defense. They mastered the entire match. Didn't allow the Cougars to come back into the match. Just a great individual and team effort. Good passing. Good 50-50s and great goalkeeping.
Always tough when it's that last match. That's what the Cougars have to deal with now. Certainly another great season. They finished 13-3-2. Have been in the state tournament in the past. State champions last year, but you always think you're going to make it again next year, and they certainly felt confident that they could tonight. But Maple Grove just played a complete game for 80 minutes, and they deservedly win the section championship. So we will take time out. We'll come back and hear from the winners, the trophy presentation and more. You're watching coverage of the Section 5AA Girls Soccer Championship. Maple Grove headed to state. They beat Centennial 3-0. We'll wrap it up here on CCX Sports after this.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. As it turns out, we have very similar personalities. And this cat makes me make art because he's always motivating me to take pictures of him, to draw pictures of him. He just is motivating artistically. It's just that simple. Well, he's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
Welcome back to Maple Grove, where the Maple Grove Crimson girls soccer team's on to the state tournament. They win it tonight over Centennial, 3-0 the final. And let's start with the three seniors, or three of the seniors who have make this happen. Shelby Handler, you get the first goal tonight. Talk about that and how that got your team off to a great start.
When we got that first goal, we all just came into each other, gave each other hugs. We knew that was the start. That was going to push us through to the end. And then the energy just got picked up, and we went for it. So it felt amazing.
How important was it to score first, do you think?
I don't know. scoring first always makes the other team put their heads down, and then you get more excited and you put your heads up. So I think that first goal really set the tone for the rest of the game.
On to the state tournament, what does that mean to you as a senior captain?
We've tried for this for the last 3 years. It's amazing. I wanted this so bad this year. I'm a senior. I won't be here next year. And so being able to get to the state tournament is the best experience ever.
Congratulations. Enjoy it with your friends.
Thank you.
Emma Travis, another captain. Tell me about this. What's this feeling like for you to head on to state now?
It's one of the best feelings. Like, we've been wanting this for so long, like Shelby said. Like, we were so close last year, and just to do it and do it by a lot this year feels better than ever.
Tell me what this season's been like for you personally, though.
It's been a little different. I mean, I haven't really been able to play. I got to get in a couple section games, which was really exciting. And I know even if I'm not in the field, I have a very different role on the bench, like helping my teammates out. And so I'm still making an impact.
How have you enjoyed that role? I know not the same as playing, but still being part of the team, being part of this effort.
It's a lot different, but it's good. I mean, at least I still get to be a part, and I know I'm making an impact with the players, and that's better than doing nothing.
Beating Centennial finally after 3 years has got to be exciting, too.
Very exciting, very exciting.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Meredith Hawkinson, congratulations. Great effort for you. Great season for you and your team. Personally for you, what does this feel like? Because I know you've been here in the past, like a lot of your teammates in section finals, and now you break through.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just really encouraging to know that everything that we've worked for, not only this year, but the last years, it's kind of showed up. So, yeah.
You beat Centennial during the season. What was the game plan tonight, knowing you'd have to give a great effort to beat them again?
I think we knew that we beat them before, but our main game plan was just focus on today, focus on the moment right now. Our big thing today was let's do the little things. They do the big things, we do the big things, so let's beat them with the little things.
You guys talked openly all season about wanting to make the state tournament, being the first Maple Grove team. How important is that to all of you girls?
I think it was a goal for everyone. Everyone's worked really hard at it. This year they put in work on and off the field, so it just showed. It showed tonight.
Enjoy tonight. Good luck next week.
So much. Thank you.
Ben Levon, congratulations to you. It's first time for you at state. I know you had 5 previous section finals. Talk about the feeling emotionally for you.
It's big. It's one of those things that we kind of felt like we've always been so close that it felt like a bigger hurdle. But especially for these girls, there's a core group of girls that have been working pretty hard and have been close. So pretty proud of them for really coming out and showing what they got tonight.
What was it going to take to beat Centennial tonight, and what did your girls execute so well at?
Like Meredith said, we talked about the little things. They're a good team. We came out and played well, and it was those little things of doing the stuff that we worked on, and the girls did a fantastic job of that.
State tournament's next. You won't know until Saturday where you'll be seated. What's your best guess and where you might end up?
Based on where we are, I'm hoping to get at least one of the top 5 seeds. We've been kind of in that top 5 all year long, so depending on what happens around the state tonight, we'll kind of see where we shake out.
Finally, what does this mean to your program to break through and get onto the state tournament now?
It's for the girls. It's a lot of validity. They've worked hard for it, and this has been a goal, so it's nice to finally get there.
Fun for your seniors, I imagine, and for Emma Travis, who hasn't been able to play much at all.
Yeah, and for these girls, this is it was the 3rd year in a row of seeing a tough team in the finals, and we came out on top this time.
Congratulations. We'll see you next week at the state tournament.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Maple Grove girls win the Section 5 AA championship tonight against Centennial, team that beat them the last 2 years. This year, they break through and they're on to next week's state tournament. Teams will be seeded on Saturday, and then games Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday next week at neutral sites around the greater metro area. That'll do it for a telecast tonight. Watch our programming guide schedule for coverage of the 8 AA boys final coming up between Maple Grove and St. Cloud Tech. Well, that does it for this telecast. And for Sigla Igre and all of our crew, I'm Sean Jacobson. Thanks for watching. Maple Grove on to the state girls soccer tournament. They win it over Centennial, 3-0 the final.